Welcome back, Silverpunks. Today we've got a really cool video lined up for you. We're going to be doing some work in Blender. As you can see, the judges already got it open there. Our Silverpunk logo.
Work in progress. Work in progress.
Looking cool. What we've got today, it's kind of a request we've had. One of our subscribers, Sean Covert 5447, has actually commented on one of our other videos that he's watched, and he said it'd be really cool if we could make a domino piece.
Yeah.
So I've had a word with the judge, and he's thinking, yeah, we can have a go at it, experimental thing, but we didn't want to just do it. You know, us at Silverpunk, it's got to be a little bit different. So we've been having a think, and one of mine, and also Judge's, one of our favourite series is Twin Peaks.
God, I love a bit of Twin Peaks, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, you could look at that bad boy. Look at them. I'm loving Twin Peaks. So there you've got like the little red room with a little fella in. So luck would have it, one of the darker characters in there called Hank. There you go. There he is. There he is. Look. Has a domino keyring. So we thought, well, why not? Why don't we do Hanks Domino keyring from Twin Peaks? But we're going to do it as a proper domino piece, double three. And yeah, and we're going to do that for Sean Covert 5447, a subscriber request.
Yeah, so we're going to follow this double three domino. Obviously going to model it so it's in the right shape. The one thing I wanted to check with you there, Goyma, was are you going to do this in the flask, or are you going to do this impression into sand? Because that determines what we do with the model. Or what do you reckon?
I thought a couple in my head. I thought, well, if you want an actual domino, like a domino piece, I'd do it in a flask.
Yeah.
Because then you get the overall shape. Or I can do it like a bar.
Well, if you do it... Sorry.
I think... No, I think a flask would be better. Easier for me if it was just a bar, but I think it'd be better done in the flask as an actual domino. What do you think?
Well, you tell you, so where I was going with that, and happy to be led by you, was I was thinking about trying to put our logo on the back as a raised element. So actually, you've got the domino on the front, obviously the two threes, but then on the reverse side, you actually can see our handwritten logo.
So we're punking it up a bit.
Cool.
So that'd be a flask then, that'd be done in the flask. Okay. I'm up for that.
Okay, cool.
You can create it, you know.
So let's get into it then. Should we start 3D modelling?
Yeah, I'll sit back and watch you do all the magic, mate.
Yeah, so all I'm going to do in the first instance is add a cube, and this is going to be the basis for the domino. So let's take some dimensions. I'll make it... How tall do you want the domino? About 4 centimetres?
When you say you mean long?
Yeah, how long do you want it?
Yeah, how long? Let me just grab... Well... I mean, I don't know how big I haven't played dominoes for years, mate. 4 centimetres would give a nice, 3 or 4 centimetres, 3.5.
Okay, let's do 35 mil, and then we're probably, let's see, 15 mil wide. Is that giving you sort of domino vibes? Probably more 20. That's a bit more like it, isn't it?
I don't know.
And then 5 mil deep.
I'll tell you what. Shall I quickly look up how big a domino is?
Do you know what? That's a cracking idea, isn't it?
Wouldn't that be easy? Wouldn't that be?
And Joe, whilst you're quickly looking that up, I'm going to add a sphere. And what I'm going to do with that sphere, that's going to be the basis of our indentation. So, and I'm going to, once we've got the dimensions, I'm also going to add another cube, which is going to be that's going to be the bar across the middle. So we're going to have, following this, we're going to have 3 dots, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a bar across the middle.
Right, George. Sorry to interrupt. I've opened a can of worms here.
Okay.
I wish I never looked this up. There's all different ones. You can have jumbo size, tournament size, typical. Right. So the one I found is 2 inches standard size. Apparently, it's 2 inches long.
Right. How long's that? in centimetres. Or millimetres better.
So hold
We
on,
work
I've
in
got to
millimetres
do
in
that
this
now. Right there,
environment.
2 inches to millimetres. Well, that seems massive to me. It's saying 50 millimetres.
Okay, so
That's
50
too
mil
big,
by
though.
what? That's
50
okay.
mil. Okay, yeah, by 1 inch, so that'll be 25 mil.
Okay, and then how
Thick. 3/8 of an inch thick. So hold on, let me do that. 3.
Oh, I don't do fractions any longer.
But that's 9.5 millimetres thick.
So 10 mil. That, yeah.
Well, do 9 mil.
9 mil. Because we're talking. So what we can do is we can use that as for the ratios of
And
the
then you
domino,
can make it smaller.
and then we can make it smaller. Yeah. So when we slice it, we don't have to have it 50 mil. We can have it 35 mil, but but then it will be relative to everything else that we're working in. So that's fine, but for me. So then
Well,
I think.
sorry, mate. I was just thinking also, mate. If you do it that standard size, it's going to be a right chunk of a ball.
Oh no, yeah, that's going to be too much for us, isn't it?
I think we do have to downsize it a little bit if to make it viable, because otherwise we'll be cornering the silver market.
So I think how's that looking for you then for the size of the first hole? So yeah, I think that's. I'm not too worried about where it is at the moment.
I was just about to say, which way do they go? Do we need to look at a photo? Do we need?
No, we will do. Yeah, we're going to say we can go from right to left, so that's not a problem. I'm not too worried about. I'm just worried about how big it is at the moment. But 5 millimeters seems to be enough room to get 3 in and get a bar in. So I'm going to duplicate that. Oh, I'm going to duplicate that. He says.
Now, is that just the ball you've made there? Is it? Is that a?
Yeah, that's an icosphere, which is basically a sphere. So what I think I'm going to try, and I haven't tested this theory. I've not tested any of this theory. I've not done this before. I'm working it out as I go along. What I think I'm going to try is having 3 spheres of equal distance and then rotate the 3. So you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm making this up as I go along. So I reckon I'm gonna have. So they're going to be. Let's get that to 0. Let's get that to. Oh no. So what I'm trying to do here is come up with a way of getting them so they look about a decent distance apart.
Well, and then you'll move them about then.
And then I'm going to kind of group them.
Oh, so you can move them all in one go.
So then I can rotate them, move them all in one go, but also make a clone of them. So it's like I say. So I've got.
So what you're saying is then a double 3 is quite nice because it's quite. You just copy the other side.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. So this is making your life easy then, isn't it?
How's that looking for you? That's worked really well. So if I rotate 45 degrees, that should be. Let's see if I move that sort of into position. Doesn't need to be perfect at the moment, but oh, that's up and down. I didn't want up and down. I wanted. Check that out.
That's cool. You just when you've rotated. Yeah.
Now let's have a look at it against our reference image. The dots do go quite close to the edge. That was what I was worried about. But they are pretty close, aren't they? So I'm happy.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, there it goes. And you've got the.
And I'm going to do a bit of that. I'm going to undo that though.
Can a layman make a suggestion?
Yeah, if you want.
Wouldn't it have been easier to put the line down the middle first?
Well, no, I mean, it can be. Let's wait.
No, I just thought then you've got somewhere to reference it where they need to go, haven't you?
Well, we'll actually position them by dimension, not by eye. But it's just getting the sort of rough layout to look right.
Oh right, okay.
So let's take your lay suggestion. Let's get our
Woo!
so -7. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the dimensions of this bar. I'm going to make it 5mm. That's probably too big. 3. Just looking a bit better. And then I'm going to make it. We know this is how wide is this? This is 25mm wide. So I reckon let's make it 20mm wide. Bit bigger.
Let's have a look at get the picture. Is it easy for you to show the picture again? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, it's quite difficult to see, isn't it? I don't think it's that thick, is it? That line. I think that's too thick.
Okay, so let's take it to 2 then. I also think having a look at that, they're not on. They're kind of a bit more of a steeper angle.
Well, look at the if you go back to that page, there's another picture. Look at the second picture in.
This one.
No, on the page. No, up above in his hand. Look at that. Isn't that easier to see? There you go, son.
Okay. Let's see if we can.
Okay, you've probably gone to. There you go. I've seen it. There you go.
Okay, that's cool. We've got a reference picture. So
to be fair,
we're sort of
don't line up.
You are sorry.
Check that domino. You went too quick. Look at the bottom. They don't line up. The bottom dots don't line up.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of an imperfection of the way things have been made.
Are we going to try and go for that then? Or are you going to be all symmetrical, or are you going to go?
I don't know.
Okay. Because I'm thinking you could group the two and then just do the last one freehand down by the bar and do it offset.
Okay. Well, we'll get it laid out anyway. And but what I can see from this though is that the extent of this line aligns with that extent of that there.
Yeah, there you go.
And the same there. So they're quite useful. It's quite a useful reference actually.
There you go. I know that
this probably needs to go closer to the edge, the bar in the middle. And I also think if I was just to manually move one of these, but also I think the dots are bigger. The dots proportionally are bigger. They take up more of the.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, they're a bit small on ours. Yeah.
So let's just let's supersize them and let's see what we got. This is the kind of process we go through to generate something to then 3D print, and then once we've got it 3D printed, then you take over, don't you? So you're messing with the creating something in silver. Here we go. So you reckon actually, yeah, I'm quite liking that. So have a look at that from totally top down.
I think that's cool.
Yeah,
6 is the way.
So if we and I've manually moved these around as well because they're not at a 45 degree angle. They're actually a steeper angle.
Well, if you look at that domino he's got, they're all over the shop, ain't they? Look.
So maybe we'll replicate that once we've got the these spheres the right size.
So I just thinking, Judge, for some people out there, because obviously we're of a certain age, some people might not know what we're going on about. Twin Peaks. It was a series. I mean, it was a series by David Lynch, and pretty cool director writer guy.
Yeah.
If you're into that type of thing, he done. Am I right in thinking he done Mulholland Drive as well, and that type of thing? He was at him, was he?
I think so. So definitely Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet, yeah, that's it. Yeah, Blue Velvet.
I can't remember what other films he's done, but he was a cult director.
Yeah, I mean, Twin Peaks. I mean, basically, there's that much going on in it. We'd be we could do a whole video series, hours and hours on it. But I mean, basically, what it was like a kind of whodunit with lots of psychological and about 100 side plots going on at the same time. I mean, basically, a young girl, I was supposed to say, a young woman, wrapped in plastic, was found murdered and wrapped in some plastic down by a river or a lake.
Laura Palmer,
yeah. And then they got the old FBI in, Dale Cooper, who's called Dale Cooper.
Carl McLachlan played Dale, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Detective Inspector Dale Cooper.
Yeah, FBI agent, weren't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He come in to basically solve the murder, and he went to this little town, this little quaint town called Twin Peaks, and like the characters are just unbelievable. Some cool characters in there. You got a pair of brothers called the Horn Brothers. Like they're kind of like businessmen, and they're both absolutely off their heads. I mean,
Off the
the
rocker.
one just absolutely loves sandwiches and cheese and food wherever he goes. He goes, "Oh, look at this food I've got! Look at this," and it's just so, as I say, there's just so much going on, and they've all got the little quirks. And I mean, talking to Dale Cooper, he likes his coffee, hot cup of Joe, and always got to have his coffee and everything. It's just, if you've never seen it, just get yourself a copy of Twin Peaks and just lose yourself, because you can quite easily. It is sit there and binge watch it for a weekend, but it is a big investment to sit there and watch it all. But it's that good. I mean, it's the characters. I mean, you've got a character called the Log Lady, you know, because she just walks around carrying a log. Just classy, just very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Oh, and also a little twist in it. You also get Dale's Cooper ex-partner come up in it, his ex-FBI partner who's gone rogue, called Wyndham Earl, and he has kind of he's trying to find him as well at the same time. So it's lots of twists, very dark, very, very dark in places, but yeah, one to just sit back, grab a cherry pie, and watch.
So, what I'm up to now is I'm going to manipulate the bar, because obviously it's not. If you look at the reference image, it's not just a totally square thing, is it? I'm going to manipulate this so it's actually got a beveled edge. I'm going to try and do that anyway.
I've got a question now.
Yes.
If we just hold fire a minute, right? What you've got there with that bar up like that and then spears like that, if you were to print that like that and I just push it in the sand, that'd make an indent and it'd make a cool bar, wouldn't it?
That's true.
Because am I right in think you are going to sink them in, aren't you?
Yeah. I've not finished yet.
Right.
Yeah, I've not finished yet.
Yeah, no. I didn't want you doing all this computer whiz stuff and not doing what I wanted.
Can you see what? Yeah, can you see what I've done there? So I've actually
rounded edges.
I've beveled the edges, and you can bevel them as much as you like, and you can. There comes a point where it starts corrupting the geometry. So you see, it goes a bit bonkers, and that would be no good. It wouldn't really work. But just softening the bar so it's not squared edges, and it's round. You know, it's beveled all the way round. So when I'm taking and removing this from the main domino piece, and actually it's taking that cut out. So let's have a look at what that looks like.
So I'm guessing you're going to do that all around the outside of the domino as well, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm going to bevel all the edges. So I'm just going to take this down a touch. I'm just going to use a Boolean modifier, which is my favourite tool for. So I'm just going to.
Oh, the Boolean. Oh, yeah. I know all about that. Yeah.
So what that's just doing is it's taking away that geometry I've created, that bar I've created from the original domino. And look, you've got.
Sorry, Judge. Can you show that again? Because I weren't paying attention because I was taking the mic. Yeah.
Okay.
Show that
So
again.
I've got this original. I've got the domino that I'm working from, and I've got this additional piece of geometry I've just created, which I'm going to take away. I'm going to subtract the this what would it be, horizontal bar from the domino, and I do that using the Boolean modifier, and I'm just going to come up with a difference, and then look, you can see that that's taken that from the.
So basically, what you've done there is what I do with the sand. You've just made an impression. You've just put that impression pop in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ah, that's cool.
It's it's my favourite. That's my favourite tool in Blender, because you can start building up quite a complex piece of geometry from adding and removing little bits and pieces. So if I do the same with, and I have to do one at a time. Now I can't select all of these and
Have
go,
you got
I'll
them in the
remove
right
those. I'm
position?
going to have to do them one at a time. But before I do that, actually I'm going to rotate so I can see it top down. You may or may not have noticed whilst you were chatting, I've been tweaking the position of these, of the dots.
Yeah.
And so they're not perfectly in alignment any longer. They're a bit more random. And
let's
so,
have a look at the domino. Let's have a look at the original. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I could take that bottom one. That's more up, wasn't it? See that kind of arcs that way.
It's the one closest to the line. The one in the middle base. You know that one. Yeah, the one you got your mouse on. That's the one that's off, isn't it?
I reckon that one's off to the left a bit.
Let's have a look again. Yeah, let's have a look again. Yeah, I wouldn't go much more with that one. Yeah. I think it's the bottom one that's on the bottom half of the domino. The top spot on the bottom half of the domino is the one that's worst, isn't it? Not in line. Yeah.
But I think they're actually that's kind of sort of getting it. Maybe that needs to go up a little bit. What do you reckon to that?
Yeah, that looks cool. Weren't they? Just go back to. Sorry, mate. I know you're flicking screens. Just have it. Yeah. And they're in line, as long as they're in line with the end of the bar. Yeah, let's have a look. To the edge of the circle, edge of the spots. Yeah. Mate, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, Sean Covert 5447. I'm not sure whether you was expecting a Twin Peaks off position spotted domino, but that's
this is what you got.
Yeah, this is what Silver Punk's doing for you. So hope you're enjoying it. And obviously, guys and girls out there, if you would like to see something made, do drop us a line, put it in the comments below. If there's anything you guys would like us to see us having a crack at, and if we can, we'll do it for you. What do you reckon, Judge?
Yeah, no, definitely, and not only that, but if you're interested in buying the prototype that comes out at the end of it, then let us know as well, because we need to sell some silver so that you can actually make some more stuff instead of having to melt everything down.
Yeah, I'm melting too much good stuff down. We need to find some homes for stuff, but anyway.
So there we go. We're kind of getting a bit more domino-esque. I may completely undo everything I've done. So I may find that when I start beveling the edges, it goes a bit haywire. And what I may end up doing is beveling the base of the domino first, and then doing the Boolean. Actually, Joe, what I'm going to just do that.
Is that because it's quite complicated with all the other shapes inside?
Yeah, it will. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to I can't go back any further. Oh, that's as far back as it'll go. No,
well, let's have a go now, because it's a little bit less complicated, isn't it?
Well, no, I think you're going to see the.
I want to see a Judge mistake, because you see me mess up enough. You see me mess up nearly every pour.
Hang on, let's undo that. Object mode, object, edit. So I'm going to try a bevel. Oh, actually, try. That's why. Let's pick some faces. It might work, actually. Yeah, no, the problem there.
Yeah, it's just hitting. Yeah, but you only need a very little bevel, mate.
But look what it's doing here. See, it's beveling the.
Can't you make that trench just not as long then?
No, it's beveling the entire face. So I could maybe do. Yeah, I know what I can do. Panic over. So I can just do.
I'm not panicking, mate.
Yeah. So what I was hoping to do was bevel these faces as well a little bit, so you end up with a softer.
Oh, mate, no, that's making no.
But
don't do that. I want it flat.
Yeah, but it generates more problems for the geometry, which I would have needed to do first. got any more interesting facts about Twin Peaks that you want to regale us with?
I don't know where to. I got an interesting fact for
Well,
you.
why don't you
Okay,
begin at the
so
beginning?
you used to play dominoes, right?
Right.
Domino players, right? They've got a bit of a slang term, like card players, like deuces, you know, twos and this, that, and the other. And the ladies like the queen or whatever. But in dominoes, what's what's double three? Slang for double three in dominoes.
Oh, I don't know. What is it?
Right. Some people call it poison ivy.
Right.
Don't know why, but yeah, poison double threes, poison ivy, or the Spanish curse, I think it is. So yeah, there you go.
Well,
Bit of
there you
trivia
go. I
for
did
you.
not know that.
Yeah, there you go.
Excellent.
But no, Twin Peaks. I just love it. You know, it's so many cool. I'm just trying to think. There's that much going on. I mean, you've got One-Eyed Jacks, haven't you? Across the board, they have the little casino and House of Ill Repute that they go and visit, and the Black Lodge. Obviously, yeah, we haven't even come to the Black Lodge, the Red Room in the Black Lodge.
And
That's when it starts.
what about the little guy who dances backwards?
Yeah, talks back.
I'd like to dance backwards.
Yeah,
just like that.
Yeah,
I think I nailed it.
He's spot on, mate. He's got Sergeant Pepper on reverse, hasn't he?
Yeah. If I look at this, I want quite a heavily beveled edge. I want it to be quite a lot. I don't want it just to be a soft focus. You know, just a soft bit around the end. I want it to be quite a lot.
So that's harder for me, but okay, that's all right.
Okay, well,
a little bit.
Well, let's do it, and then you can tone it down. So we need to go.
Yeah, because don't forget my end, mate. It ain't like what there ain't an undo button on when you got the crucible in your hand, mate. It's do or die. You just got to go with it. You pour it, and then. So all my work, if I want to undo anything, I got to start from scratch.
Yeah, we know that.
I have one go. See, I've got to get it spot on one go.
You kind of have one go when you don't have one go, because if you, like you say, if you don't get it right, you got to do it again. So you're not. It's not only one shot ever.
Well,
you know, and that's the beauty of the process, isn't it? So the art in the doing. You know, you can't expect things to just miraculously go right first time.
Well, it just comes down to the print, doesn't it? You see, it's what you give me.
Well, if you think that, yeah.
I can only work with what you know.
That
looks cool. I like that. That looks cool.
So I think that it's a bit wonky, but we're accepting wonky is is par for the course.
I think that's cool, mate. I like that. I think that's really cool. Do we have to? Do you have to put silver punk on it? What are you thinking?
Well, yeah, you got a blank back.
Really...
This is I mean, it's asking for something, isn't it? Don't you think?
It is, but don't you? No, I'm just thinking. Wouldn't it be cool? I'm just trying to. I'm just fast forwarding now. Wouldn't
forward to
really
cool? Where?
In my head, once I've poured it and I'm doing the toning, I'm like thinking, wouldn't it be cool if it was a high polished back, just really high polished back, and then the spots, if I do like a bluey dark, real dark colour, and just have a real high polished smooth back. Or how about we do one of each?
How about we just and maybe maybe I'm struggling to do that because it's upside down, you see. So I need to flip it, rotate. I think it's going to be 180 on that. No. So maybe we just have punk on the back.
Now, is this going to be, when you say, is this going to be indented? Or is it going to be sticking out?
Well, I thought, when we've done it previously, I can make it much bigger, so it makes your life a bit easier. Let's scale this out a bit. No, I don't move. I want scale. That's the one I want.
Well, if you're doing punk, you might as well do so. Oh, you mean a big? Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I'm
Like
kind
that.
of, because it's silver anyway, right? So
Yeah. Okay, we're punking it up a bit.
I need to shrink that a little bit. And
So basically, you're adding to the stress my end, aren't you? Let's have a look. Yeah, that'd be cool because they're quite thick, aren't they? It's gonna
but it's, so the it's going to be very, very subtle. Yeah, it's only going to be raised by a very, very small amount. Obviously, when
Mate,
the
that's
green.
cool.
I
I've
think
got
so.
a question though.
Yeah.
I've got a question. How do you print that though?
So I'd print it with support. So the first couple of layers would have a additional bit that gets pulled off.
Do subscribe, guys, if you want to see the rest of the series in this one and me doing the pour. Because as Judge has just said, you'll see him doing the print now, and then you'll post it off to me, and then I'll do an unopening and I'll do the impression and the pour.
Awesome. Yeah, if anyone's got any suggestions about how we might improve this as well, whether you're a 3D modeler or whether you're just you've got opinions on stuff, then please drop us a comment, because we're really interested to hear how we can take our 3D modeling to the next level and what's of interest to people, basically. So yeah, let us know. So here you go. Here's the 3D print on the 3D printer. So the domino's printing out on super fine detail. It's going to take about an hour to complete. If you're interested in getting your hands on the 3D file, then drop us a comment below and we'll let you know where you can get hold of that. Right, so the print's off the printer and it's looking phenomenal. Got the 2 3s. Went for 3.5 centimeters tall in the end, and the punk on the back has come out really well. As you would have seen earlier, I ended up printing it out that way up, and the reason for that was on a previous go they printed it with the lines going horizontal, and it didn't look as good. Goimer's going to have a go at smoothing out some of these lines, so we end up with a smooth finish before this ends up being cast. But I think he's got, in my opinion, something really, really awesome to be working with.